Ooh, I hope you can see me. I think that's okay. Hi! Welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. This is my second video. This is video number 2, episode 2 of my singleness series. And this one's gonna be a little different. This one's gonna be a story time about the time that I got my heart broken. So here goes. So the story of how I got my heart broken, it's been a while. And I haven't talked about this in a hot minute. So some years ago, I had dated this guy. I'd met him through a mutual friend, and you know, got to know each other, you know, started dating. I was just like, he's cute, you know, love that quality, love that quality. So you know, we were dating for a bit, and yeah, so I think we dated for like a full year, and that relationship at the time I thought it was good. Looking back, I'm like, ooh, there were a lot of toxic elements, but at the time I thought, this is just amazing. He couldn't find a better guy. Yeah, so that relationship was interesting. I know that I didn't know it then, but I know it now, just as I've learned to know myself. I definitely had felt like I had been pressured to do a lot of things that I did not want to do, that I verbally communicated I didn't want to do and stuff, but kind of felt like, I guess, you know, well, I don't want to make this person upset, and I don't want this person to think that I don't like them or I don't love them, or there were definitely some moments where I felt like I kind of compromised my morals and my, you know, values to, you know, or what I wanted to do, so that I could please the other person, which, you know, I'm not proud of, but I also am like, I think that was the best way I knew how to handle the situation at the time. And it wasn't anything crazy, you know, but it was just things that I told myself I wasn't gonna do that I did anyway, just so that I could, yeah, appease this person, or please this person. So my brother's passing by, that's hilarious. But you know, I still, you know, I'm like, well, this is just, you know, how relationships are, you know what I mean? So I'm just, you know, I was just going with the flow. And then out of the blue, basically, this person broke up with me, just out of the blue. And what's crazy about that is, I think it was like 2 days before he broke up with me, I had told my cousins, I was talking to my cousins, and I was like, so-and-so would never break up with me. I was like, they would just like never do that. Like, how could, like, they just would never, like, I know them, they would just never do that. You know, they're gonna, you know, we're gonna get married, they're gonna want to be with me forever, whatever, we're gonna be together forever, all of that stuff. I remember my cousin being like, don't say that, like, you never know what can happen. And I was looking at her like, yeah, right. Y'all, 3 days passed by. It was like 2 to 3 days, and there goes my little heart, ripped into pieces. I think it was just very, very unexpected. It was very, very out of the blue. And I mean, later on I found out that there are other reasons and stuff, whatever, but like, it was such a difficult and heartbreaking time. Oh, and then later on I found out that they, you know, had been, you know, cheating on me. One of their friends had told me that, you know, so-and-so, you just so you know, so-and-so was cheating on you. Like, and I, you know, and there were times where I think I kind of knew, or I would see just like little flirtatious comments under people's pictures, or, you know, like, you know, checking other people out, you know, while we were together. But I think for me, I was just like, but I know this person loves me. You know, they might be looking at her, but like, I'm the girlfriend, like, I'm his girlfriend. So like, you know, but so I would like let things slide that I would never let slide now. Psh, girl. Anyway, but yeah, out of the blue, broke up with me. Yeah, completely blindsided me. And that was really, really something. And I think the hardest part about it was that year was so tough within itself. There were so many things going on. My parents had gotten a divorce, and my dad had gotten remarried. My grandfather had passed away. And then on top of that, you know, the person that I was with and that I loved, you know, broke my heart, broke up with me out of nowhere with very little explanation. So it was just a lot of transition, and I think that breakup was something that, excuse me, just kind of took it over the edge for me. Yeah, you know, and yeah, well, you know, when my parents got, you know, had gotten a divorce, there were a lot of people that like took like sides, and there were a lot of people that had left, you know, my life, just period, that year. So I think sadly, and I'm realizing I'm unpacking a lot of it within the last like few years. I've really gone, I've gone to therapy about it, and just really unpacked all that happened in that year, because it was so much, and there's so much that I'm still just like processing. But that year taught me that people that you think will always be in your life will never leave, will people that you love will always leave you. I think that, just to put it plainly, I think that that's what that year had communicated to me, or that's how I processed everyone that left, including the heartbreak. That's how I processed that. So I would say for a really long time, I told myself, like, I don't need anybody. Like, I'm straight. Like, I'm good. I don't, because, the people that I love are always going to leave me anyway. For me, I was like, with the exception of my family, like, I can need my family. But aside from them, like, everyone else is going to leave my life. So I might as well not even, get that close, or, even, so, because I dated a few guys after that, but there was always like a wall that you couldn't get past, because I was always like, yeah, I've had this happen in the past where the people that I love leave me. So you're probably going to be one of those too. And so I need to make sure that I don't need you. I can like you. We can have a great time. We can have deep connection, vulnerable talks and stuff like that. But I'm going to make sure that, like, yeah, but, yes, we have, this connection and all that, but, like, I don't need you. Like, if you left, I'd be okay, But, obviously as a protection mechanism, and it was really denial too. What I longed for was for someone to come and truly stay. Someone that I loved and was in, deep relationship with. I wanted them to come and stay, but I was just like, no, but I don't need anybody. So that was a whole thing. So my heart was pretty closed, I would say. Like, it's interesting. I could get close, but not past my personal limit, so that I could still protect myself. And, like, if I need to dip, I can still dip, and I won't, like, I'll be a little sad, but I won't be that sad. And so my heart was definitely very closed down. I didn't really trust people. I didn't trust that they would stay. And it was just really tough. I'd say when it comes to opening my heart back up, it has been a step-by-step journey. And, like, when I say step, I mean, like, little tiny baby steps. I think obviously there are some people that, they're going to come and they're not going to stay your whole life. And sometimes we just can't control that. We can try to hold on, but, there'll be just an off feeling, and you'll just kind of know, like, I feel like this relationship, this friendship, this connection, I feel like the time is drawing nigh, or I feel like the time is up, and I'm still just trying to hold on to what was, or, there's still a little part of it that could be good, but, where was I going with that thought? I don't know. But I think, it just small movements forward. I think, for one, acknowledging, that my heart was closed, because I think I was in denial. I was like, my heart's not closed. I can still talk to people. I can still have vulnerable conversation with people. Like, how's my heart closed? Like, I was very much so in denial of that. And so I think I just realized that, like, last year. I was like, oh my God, Taya, like, your heart is literally closed. And I think how I realized that was just, having new friendships that I felt like were really supposed to be in my life. But I was so scared, just because of the past, relationally, even with friendships and stuff. So that kind of, and people trying to get close to me, and I'd be like, oh, wait, hold on, okay, like, you're getting a little too close, I don't like it. We're really connecting, I don't like it, I think, the first thing is definitely, I think, acknowledging that maybe your heart is closed, and, maybe doing some, digging to finding out why that is. You might know immediately, you might already know. And then thinking about, like, why has it been closed, and, like, what fear is it that you have? I think for me, I had to figure out, like, what fear did I have that was making me keep it closed. Ultimately, my fear was just, like, getting really close and really deeply, like, loving a person, and them leaving me out of the blue, because it had happened before. I had evidence. It happened in the past. And so that was my deepest fear. But I was also like, but I know, like, a deep desire of my mind is to be close with people, and to really, have a deep connection with someone. So it was like two things working against each other. It's like, okay, this is my desire to be close, to really, have that deep connection that, I've always longed for. But then my fear is like, remember when you got close to, you know, people before? See what happened? Remember what happened? But I think for me, my desire to have that connection and to have close friendship and be in close friendship and relationship with people, I think that outweighed my fear at the end of the day. I also had to come to a point where I was like, okay, this could end in hurt, but if I feel like these are people that God is really trying to bring into my life, then I don't want to block it. I don't want to allow my fear to keep me from a blessing. You know what I mean? Something that God could really, really be blessing me with. And so it is so difficult because I was like back and forth, and sometimes I would be like, you know, the people would be hitting me up and like, hey, let's go to lunch, and I was like, and you know who you are, I'm gonna just say it, Mariah, my girl. That's one of my best friends ever. I love her so much, and I remember I already talked to her about it when we was trying to get close and she was trying to hang out, and I was like dodging it, but now we have such an incredible friendship that I'm so beyond grateful for. Like, she is just amazing. I love you, Mariah. Anyway, but I really I didn't want to block a blessing, and I knew that was a deep desire of mine, and something that I felt like I truly did need friends. Like, I had no friends, y'all. I had no friends, like not one friend. And I really felt like it was time for me to open my heart back up again. So I resisted for a bit. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I resisted for a bit, but one thing that I'm so grateful for is like the patience that those friends, like that Mariah and my friends had for me, and also like God being patient with me too, and knowing that I wasn't just gonna go from my heart being closed up to just being so open. Like, and I didn't want that. I didn't want it to be like an imbalanced thing to where I was just like diving all in and then, you know, just completely open for anything to happen. I didn't want that. I wanted it to be very, very genuine, and I want it to be a step-by-step process, which it has been. And you know, in my friendships with people, and you know, it has just grown, you know, and it's all been so gradually and naturally that it's so beautiful. And I just think that's the beautiful thing about having God ordained friendships and relationships, that it's just, you don't have to force anything. It's just so natural. But opening my heart back up again was such a process, and I mean, there's so many steps I feel like that I took, you know, and sometimes I would take one step forward, take one step back, you know, and I think that's just the, you know, that battle with fear, and you know, and I think at every step when you start getting closer to people, there's still more fear, you know what I mean? But you have to just keep fighting it, because the person proves to you that they don't have that type of intention, or that they're not gonna leave. But I did have to get to a space, like I think I started saying this earlier, I did have to get to a space where I was like, okay, even if they do leave, you know, at the end of the day, I know that God has me, but I don't want to not engage or not embrace this new friendship, this beautiful new connection, because of fear of this happening. Because also it's like, yes, it could happen, and that's a possibility. I know that God's got me either way, but like, what if it's not that? And what if this is something that's going to completely bless your life and just be so beautiful for you? Do you really want to miss out on that because of fear? You know, so it was really a lot of it, I guess I would say, you know, in learning to trust again, I guess a lot of it was just trusting in God that he had me. And I think also realizing, like, you're going into a new situation with, you know, I guess probably more discernment, you know what I mean? Like, maybe you won't be as open, you know, because I think, you know, in that relationship that, you know, that ended in, you know, heartbreak, I think that I was really, really open, and that's the sucky, it's like a good and sucky thing about, you know, dealing with breakups and stuff. Just like, it sucks that you go through it, because it's so sad. Like, and you know, no one wants to go through heartache. It's one of the worst things ever. But then there's also like, I can't deny that there's lessons. Even though I hated it, would I put myself through that again? No, wouldn't want to, because, you know, it's just, it's gut-wrenching, it's terrible. But now I think I've learned how to maybe not be as open as I once was, and, you know, allow people to earn my trust, and allow myself to, you know, take everything step by step, rather than just being like, I'm all in, here I am, this is all of me. Like, it's a lot. You know, so I think I definitely learned that. I think it's allowed me to be just more picky with the people that I allow into my space, into my life, and into my heart, most importantly. So yeah, you know, heartbreak is tough, you know, but at the end of the day, like, now that I'm pretty far removed from it, I'm very grateful for very grateful for that, because I think that it changed me so much. You can ask the people that were around me during that time and that are still around me now. Like, I became a different person after that, and I think in the craziest way now I can say it was a blessing, because I don't know that I would have become the Taya that I am today without dealing with that. So I thank that person, and I think they're a good person. I think they're a great person. I don't think that they had bad intentions by any means. But you know, this is my truth, and at this point I can say that I'm grateful for it, because I think it taught me so much about life and about people and about relationships, and it's just allowing me to grow at this point. You know, but I know that that's not always the case. If you're dealing with a heartbreak right now, like, I'm so sorry. Like, it is not, like, I do not wish that on anybody. So I'm praying for you. I'm virtually giving you a big hug, because I know it is so tough, and it's just, I don't even, I'm not the type of person that likes giving, but you'll be fine. I don't like, and you will be okay again. Like, I promise you will. But I'm not the type, I would hate when people say that to me, because I'd be like, but right now it just feels terrible. All hell is breaking loose. But you'll be okay. You'll be okay at the end of the day. So I love you guys. Thank you for tuning into this video, this story time, where I just kind of went on a little slight tangent, but yeah, thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. My social media, everywhere you can connect with me, is linked in the description box, and I hope y'all come back for episode 3.